All right, Lizzie, let's eat. There you go. She's going to town on those carrots. She loves it. You have bearded dragons. You've done your research or you know about bearded dragons. This is for healthy. This is all packed with nutrients. This is a power pack food source for your bearded dragons. The bell peppers, you only give them like 1 to 3 times a week or less, but never more. But this has a lot of antioxidants that prevent inflammatory. This also strengthens the immune system. It also helps with digestion. And then along with that, vitamins that are known is the vitamin A and C. This helps with growth, vision, and reproduction as well for your bearded dragon. But they love the bell pepper for real. Now the carrots, you only give them once or twice a week. And you'll never find this in the natural habitat, which is Australian deserts. So in Australia, you won't find that. But nevertheless, even though it can't be found, you can give it to them. It's a good source of vitamin A and a beta carotene, and it promotes healthy skin for the immune system as well. It strengthens the immune system, and it's a good source for vision too. So it strengthens the vision, promotes the vision, inner sight. For the ones who don't know, they also have a third eye right in between there. And you can touch it, rub their heads and whatnot, and it'll never bother them. Bell pepper is her first favorite. And then she goes for the squash next, and then usually she goes for the carrots last. But every now and again she switches up. Just depends on how she's feeling, just like humans, what she's in the mood for. You can also give them greens and stuff like that too. Let's see, greens, you can give them bok choy. What else can you give them? Man, there's a lot. You can give them strawberries, berries. But just like anything else, you want to keep it in moderation. I know a lot of you probably wondering, why does she have sand? She's supposed to have sand. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of licking and whatnot on the sand. And that's not good. So I was like, let me just take her out of the sand for a while. I used to have the green grass for her. Well, not green grass. It's like more like a carpet, but it's green. It's like a grass type deal. So, but for the sand, whether you get white sand or the regular traditional brown sand, you want to make sure that it has the vitamins and nutrients inside of the sand, and not just regular old sand. Oh, and the logs and stuff, you want to make sure that they're treated first. You don't want to get anything outside, because those can actually create, they have the parasites and stuff in there, which can cause her to get sick. And in turn, if you're touching and handling her like I do my bearded dragon, as everybody should if you do have a bearded dragon and they're hanging on you, that can in turn get you sick as well. And you always want to make sure that you're very, very hygienic as far as cleaning yourself, washing your hands, areas, changing your clothing if you have her around, as they do contain salmonella, especially in their waste. Now the last mix that I have in there is the squash. Now the squash is high in vitamin A, B6, and C as well. And it has the phosphorus in there too for the potassium. And then the manganese as well for bone and strength. And it allows the body to also process the fats and the carbohydrates as well. And I usually give her crickets too as well, but she's had a lot of those, so back off with that kind of protein right there for a minute. And you can also give them mealworms too, if you're interested in that. I don't usually do the mealworms. I don't like handling wildlife like that. I don't like, it's just, ugh. But I do give it every now and again just to switch it up. And there's the magnesium and riboflavin as well. Riboflavin. And this is her typical routine. She'll go to town on what she loves, and then she'll stop, and then she'll go back and eat when she realizes, oh, okay, I'm not going to switch it out. But she's just taking a break in general. I'm surprised she didn't stretch her beard out. She usually stretches her beard out every morning or when she's about to eat, her normal routine. But always make sure your vegetables are super, super fresh in a condition that you would eat it. If you wouldn't eat that fruit, then I wouldn't advise you to give it to your pet. But that's just not right. So you always want to feed them as if you're going to eat it yourself. So I peel the carrots. I make sure that the stuff is sliced to her liking. Now, I do round circles. I used to cut them in half, but I noticed that it was just real tedious, and she didn't really like it like that. So I just stopped and gave her the round circles, and she can better manage on how she wants to eat it and devour it, as you can tell how she did with the bell peppers. And when she's had enough, she backs up, goes out, either go on a rock or inside of the hole, and a little while later, she'll go back to eating it. Now, a lot of people ask about the light. That light is 150 watt. Some people do 75 to 100 watt. It just depends on a lot of variations as far as, do you have the water in the bowl? I used to do that, but I stopped. I don't have the water no more. Like she's going up to the log, and she's had enough for the moment, but she'll be back in a minute because she eats a lot. But yeah, so it's 150 watt. I use that. She loves it. She's always basking in there. I also have a cool spot as well where she goes down. She loves that little pillow, like a little Sonic or whatever that little toy is. But that was the little pillow that she uses, and then that's the day lamp right there. Give her all the vitamins and nutrients that she needs, and she's in the light that promotes healthy bones as well, and prevents a lot of disease that she could get without the lamp. So always know what kind of lights and stuff you're getting and why you're getting it. And then if you look over here, right there in the top corner, that piece that's on the glass, that's her temperature gauge. This is the one that I use. There's temp gauges or guns that you can use as well to get the temperature. It tells you the temperature and whatnot and how you can gauge it. And I also have a heat pad on the back. A lot of people put it underneath. I just wasn't kosher with putting it underneath the cage because you can create a shortage in the plugs when it's underneath. So I put it right there. It also gives the same heat, the same purpose. That's just mine, but a lot of people do it however you want to do it, but I suggest using that as well. And she'll look around. Sometimes she usually runs up and down to get out the cage, or she wants my attention. Right now, she's just complete right now. So that's the video. or bearded dragons.